when did you meet Mr. Wrestling #2, and what did you think when he asked you to become the new Mr. Wrestling?
Oh, it was crazy. You know, I originally met him in Georgia once, but he didn't remember. And then, you know, I was passing through in Hawaii I was the AWA champion at the time, and on my way to Japan, I stopped and, you know, did a show, and then I got to do it 2 weeks later on the way back. And, you know, he was the nicest man, you know, but he's like one of those guys that he's never going to tell you what you did right. He's going to tell you what you did wrong every time. And so he'll make you feel like crap because you're going to feel like you suck. But, you know, once you decide, okay, I'm not going to do that again, you realize that you're a better wrestler. And, but yeah, he had talked about the mask and everything, and we had just got talking about it. And then at dinner, and believe it or not, he bought me there. That's one thing I'll never forget. I'm like, holy crap, Mr. Wrestling 2, bought me dinner. And, yeah, the markout moments that I've had in wrestling, jeez. But, yeah, he's like, you know, he goes, why don't you become #3? I'm like, no, sir, you know, and I was going to retire. I said, sir, at the end of this year, I'm done, you know, I'm managing a Gold's Gym. I'm going to try and buy it, you know, I'm going to do this. And, he's like, no. He's like, look, you could just be, you know, retire as yourself, you know, wear the mask and everything. And then, you know, as I started, like, thinking it, I would call him and be like, Johnny, what do you think of this? And, you know, what if we designed the mask like this? And, you know, the next time I was in Hawaii, he was drawing the same things I was.
Wow.
And he's like, you know, you just love the business and you love this and, you know. And I came up with the idea of wearing the mask sometimes and wearing it, you know, and not wearing it sometimes. You know, I stole the idea, you know, Invader #1 used to do that. Like, big matches, he'd put the mask on, and the psychology was, you know, it was, you know, your opponent couldn't figure out what you were thinking. And, but yeah, he's like, you're the third incarnation of Mr. Wrestling. And he was talking about how, you know, how the mask is a thing of pride, and, you know, it was absolutely, like, inspiring. It was so cool.
Do you have anything to say to Mr. Wrestling #4?
You know, it's one of those things, like, I wrote about it in my blog. And,
yeah, I actually read that. It was pretty good.
You know, I find it super disrespectful, and in reality, that, you know, he didn't go to Johnny, or he didn't come to me. He just threw a mask on, and now he's Mr. Wrestling 4. Why doesn't he just become, you know, Mask Superstar #2, or paint his face and become Doink the Clown #2? It's, you know, he didn't deserve it. He didn't come to us. It wasn't given to him. And, you know, I have a problem with that, and it's a shame, because it shows a lack of respect towards, you know, guys that have paved the way.
Yeah, I think that's very cool that there is that level of respect shown in wrestling when somebody, that's like a Mil Mascaris, some guy throwing a mask on just being Mil Mascaris #2, and it wouldn't go over well. And I understand your animosity with that guy. I wouldn't be pleased with it at all. There's a lack of respect.
And you know what, Kevin Stevens calls himself Mr. Wrestling. It's funny, when he found out that, you know, Wrestling 2 gave me the mask and stuff like that, and, you know, we had like this talk about, you know, how both of us have respect for the business, and, you know, the Mr. Wrestling thing was something that the fans in Quebec started, and, you know, he wasn't trying to, like, you know, he was more concerned that I was going to be upset at him, you know, but here's a guy that wasn't trying to become, you know, Johnny Walker or Tim Woods or something like that. You know, this guy was, you know, feeding off of what the fans were giving him, and, you know, like a guy like Kevin Steen, I have, you know, so much, like, admiration for, because, you know, as young as he is, he still has that old school respect that, like, guys my age have for, you know, the generation before us.
Who's currently booking in WWC, Steve? Who is it? Still the Gonzalez family, or has that been passed on now that Jose Gonzalez has passed away?
No, it's Carlos, I think.
Carlos is.
Oh no, I'm at the show now, and I haven't even been inside yet. I don't even know what I'm doing tonight. I think it's me and El Bronco against Ray Gonzalez and Sabu.
I know after, not to bring up a morbid topic again, but I know after the Birdie stabbing, there was a lot of American guys wouldn't go to Puerto Rico and work anymore. They wouldn't have it. They were afraid. What's the feeling backstage now? I mean, what is?
You know what? I think that's way over. You know, it's something that, you know, happened, unfortunately, but it could have happened in, you know, Quebec. It could have happened in Philadelphia. It could have happened in Charlotte. And
yeah,
you know, it's a, you know, it's a bad thing that, you know, shouldn't have happened, and you wish it didn't. But, you know, we all wish, you know, Benoit didn't kill his family too, and that kind of happened.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
You got any upcoming matches you want to plug?
I'm here now. I'm in my boots and the thing. Yeah, I'm actually, I don't know what town I'm in. I'll look the same on this beautiful island. No, I'm in Ponce tonight, and then tomorrow night in Bayamon defending the belt against Sabu. And then next week I'm in Japan again.
Beautiful, man. Thank you very much for being on, Steve. I appreciate
it. Oh, my pleasure.
OWW Radio.
This is Mr. Wrestling number 3, Steve Corino, and you're listening to the greatest wrestling show on the World Wide Web. That's right, OWW Radio.
The definitive professional wrestling-based website on the internet today brings you everything from everywhere. The WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, the indie scene. All this and more can be found on one site. If you're obsessed with everything wrestling, head on over to www.onlineworldofwrestling.com. News, views, and information from the world of professional wrestling is right at your fingertips, only a mouse click away, with every single page chock full of information and news on your favorite wrestling stars, such as
Chris Jericho,
Eric Bischoff,
Sid Vicious,
Nick Foley.
Plus, the most definitive source for all the best audio and video the internet has to offer. As well, news articles and blogs from some of the best-known internet wrestling columnists today. And the most in-depth and detailed profiles and galleries of the biggest and brightest stars of today. Get into the world of wrestling online. It's the site the pros use. Online World of Wrestling. www.onlineworldofwrestling.com. Check it out today.
What in God's green earth is this? The Fabulous Thunderbirds. Tough Enough. Shocky bad. I don't know. I think you'll be handling the music anymore. This is. I don't know what this is. Is this what you listen to? Sounds like a gay pride festival. Not that I know. All right, let's do this week's in wrestling history.
1959, Nikita Koloff, who I always thought was this big, tough Russian guy who's going to come in and kill everybody. Real name Nelson Scott Simpson, is born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. In 1961, Rick Steiner. 1993, Dino Bravo, real name Adolfo Bresciano, was found shot to death in his Quebec mansion. It's widely believed Bresciano was involved in cigarette smuggling. Apparently, they can't get cigarettes in Canada.
Cigarette smuggling?
Yeah, apparently they can't get them in Canada, so he had to smuggle them in, and he was killed for it.
He shot by the mafia, man.
I guess.
This is bad, man. The Canadians are really big about Dino, man.
Did you hear about the Canadian guy who decapitated a man on the bus? It was like a couple of weeks ago. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about it. It's not a couple of weeks ago. I mean, he just got sentenced a couple weeks ago or whatever.
Canadians are full of crap. I don't see what's the matter with these people.
Oh, he ate part of that guy, man.
He ate part of him.
It's hard to get guns in that state. You have to use
So, okay, imagine this, if you will, if you live in the States or abroad other than the great white north of America. You're riding along, going about your business, and this wacko next to you starts taking out a pocket knife and hacking away at somebody's neck.
I tell you, man, he stabbed the guy several times, and the people on the bus, they're terrified, of course, so they're running off the bus. Meanwhile, this dude's in there eating the fellow, man. He's cutting him into pieces. He's got him in Ziploc bags.
Ugh, crazy Canadians.
Oh, he's nuts. And now he's not even going to go to jail. He's going to go to a hospital because he's insane.
This dude, please, no, I'm not guilty. Yeah, you got several witnesses on the bus looking at you.
Yeah.
Stab this guy and decapitate him. And then you're going to go,
and now he's out in 10 years.
Yeah.